Welcome back to All Things ETH. My name is Aaron, and on this channel we talk about all things Ethereum. We talk projects, NFTs, play to earn, and price. And today, guys, I want to talk about Axie Infinity from an investment perspective. I have a lot of scholars in this Axie Infinity world, if you will. It's a metaverse. It's going to be, there's going to be land eventually. We've had prices. When I started back in August of last year, the price of a single Axie could easily be $300. My first team, I spent about $800, just under $1,000, about $800, maybe $850 on my first team, guys. And today, prices have come down drastically, and we have seen floor prices of about $45 right now. And so let me jump into my screen here. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about right now. This is the lowest. This is surprising to me because the most expensive Axie I've purchased early on was a plant, and it was a plant much like this Sirius cactus carrot, and mine had a pumpkin. And this is currently was the floor price of Axies. I'm going to refresh the marketplace in a second, but I wanted to show you this, guys. $40. 0.013 Ethereum, $40.28 for, and it's purchasable. This is not a glitch. Usually this button here is orange and says something else like this Axie is no longer available, or this auction's no longer available. And this one's heading towards just 0.01. I mean, we started at 0.03, and in 7 hours it will be at 0.01. And I can't believe this, guys. I can't believe how cheap things are getting. And that's what brings me to the topic of this video today. Is Axie Infinity, is now the time to get in? And this is not financial advice, guys. I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own research, please. But from my perspective, I think this is the best time, besides maybe before July of last year, where the price of AXS was really low. The price of Axies was about, from what I understand, was about this price range, maybe even higher back in July. And I do think, guys, that this could be the next greatest time to get started in the Axie Infinity world. Obviously, AXS is in the range of $72 to $75. So I want to say that it's not as good of an opportunity from an investment standpoint if you're just getting in on the token. However, staking wasn't an option back then. So now that you can buy the tokens and stake them in on the Ronin chain to make still like 89% APRs currently. And from what we've heard, it's not supposed to go below 75. I still think now is a great time to get into Axies, even from that perspective. However, if from a basic cost of entry, price point of entry, guys, you can get a very good team for under $400, and that is less than half it was to get a good team when I started. In fact, my first team wasn't even that great, to be honest. It was playable and I was competitive, but just to stay above the required MMR, the level at which you need to be competitive in the arena to be able to win the tokens, guys, it is going to be pretty tough with the team that the team I bought originally is unusable at this point. They've changed the meta. Some of the cards have been nerfed or decreased in value because of the adjustments they've done to the attack and shield on the cards. I just wanted, I'm trying to keep this video a little bit more basic for those who are just getting into this metaverse, guys, because I'm really wanting to talk to those who are maybe on the fence or just coming into Axie Infinity for the first time. In fact, Joe Rogan on his podcast just a couple days ago, I understand, talked about Axie Infinity. He had no idea what Axie Infinity was. And I want to speak to this audience, as some of you are probably coming in to YouTube and searching Axie Infinity for the very first time. And let me tell you, this is a fantastic opportunity as the Axies have come down in price drastically. because of a pullback in the crypto market, but also we're kind of in a holding pattern right now before the next, the next big event for the game is coming soon. So if you're not aware, and if you're new to the Axie Infinity or play to earn space in general, the next iteration of the game will be a very large update. And we've been playing the same, they call it Battles V2 right now. Battles V1 happened in, I believe, 2020 into 2021, and then Battles V2 happened much before I got in, but has been the current game state from when I got in August and until now and soon. In fact, there was a developer developer newsletter that came out just a couple days ago that said within the next couple months we'll be seeing Battles V3, or Axie Origins is the title of the project. So there will be land game eventually as well. They do the Axie Infinity team, the Sky Mavis team. Sky Mavis is the operating entity over Axie Infinity. They have said that land gameplay will be available in 2022, guys. I'm expecting it later in the year, but because they've had some major overhauls in the graphics engine, or the graphics that they're intend to make for the Axies. It was originally slated to be a 2D land game, and now they've gone and made it into a 3D game. So I think there's going to be a lot of just development backend changes to make that possible. But Battles V3 or Axie Origins is coming out sooner than later, guys. When the Sky Mavis team says a couple months, or in the coming months, certainly could be 2 months from now, it could be 5 months from now, it could be 6 months from now, and so on. But I do think it's going to happen soon, and I do think you buy the news, or you buy the rumor and sell the news in investing, right? So right now, prices have never been lower for Axies. The price of the governance token, the AXS token or Axie Infinity token, has come back to structural support, and I do believe that we are going to see some major gains in this marketplace. Now, I am obviously invested. Full transparency, guys. I'm not trying to pump my bags. I do have quite a few scholars, which means I've got over 30 Axies NFTs that I have lent out to players primarily in the Philippines that are making a daily wage from the shared profit of the token that they create when they're playing the game. So the SLP, or Smooth Love Potion, was originally created to be a utility token to breed these Axies. So you can actually take two, breed them together with one AXS currently, and depending on how many breed times the parents have bred to, they cost more SLP with each level. So I believe the lower level is in the I haven't bred in a while, so I'm not tracking this number, but I think it's around 1,200 to 2,000 SLP to and I can't remember if it's per parent or for the total to breed, but this utility token is what people are actually selling on the open market to make Filipino pesos. We have players in India that are transferring it SLP out of the Ronin chain, which is the side chain of Ethereum that the Axie Infinity world and economy is based on. They're transferring it out through the Binance Smart Chain, which is a compatible Ethereum compatible layer 1. In fact, it's from what I understand, it's a Ethereum clone essentially of the code, and they've moved it over and made their own chain. This is much more centralized, sort of third-party version of the Ethereum chain. But they're able to take the SLP, move it off the Ronin chain into the Binance Smart Chain, and and then transfer it into fiat currency. This is something that's a phenomenon that has made the Axie Infinity world explode. And so with the advent of Battles V3 or Axie Origins coming in the near future, I do think now is the time to buy. Not financial advice, guys, but from my perspective and my research and my opinion, I'm going to be doubling down as much as possible, reinvesting all my SLP that my scholars are earning, and reinvesting them into creating more teams. And that is why I'm running right now a scholarship giveaway. If my channel subscribership goes up to 2,000 by the end of January 2022, I'll be giving away 2 more scholarship. That's 6 more Axies that I'll be buying and giving 3 to 2 different scholars, guys, and hopefully making them a livable wage, or at least a decent side hustle, and help them support their families in the Philippines, in India. I would love to expand into, you know, Central and South America. I know there's players and potential scholars there as well, and I think the more and more I can you know, get these scholars involved, the larger the pool and team is going to be, the more profit we're all going to make together, because we help each other out. I've got scholars that are teaching my oldest scholars are teaching my newest scholars how to play the game, and they're informing me which Axies are the best to buy during the next. Right now we're in between seasons, so we just finished season 19 in December of 2021. We're about to see the advent of season 20, which should happen in February, I believe. Not for sure yet, because the Axie Infinity team tends to drop these things kind of not randomly per se, but they don't give you a lot of headway. But there's been more Twitter conversations, more newsletters coming up from the team on a regular basis, and so now again is you know, we've got Ronin sidechain was developed over in 2021. The Katana DEX, which makes it possible for you to trade SLP for USDC or wrapped ETH or AXS tokens inside of the Ronin chain without fees currently, guys, without fees. The Ronin token will be launched soon as well, and I do think we'll see, pardon me, a pump in the price of all of the assets because of this news that should be coming out soon. And I think we'll see more and more people using the Axie Infinity chain. Now, I don't even have to tell you this. You can do your own research on this, but guys, there are more transactions done on the Ronin chain in all of the you know, of last year. Let's just put it in 2021. There has been more transactions on the Ronin chain in 21 than there were on the Ethereum network. I'm going to let that sink in for just a second. More people are using the Ronin sidechain for daily transactions in 2021 than all of the Ethereum network. Just realize the scale that we're talking about here. So obviously the Ethereum network is probably the most ubiquitous besides the Bitcoin, obviously the Bitcoin chain. However, more transactions were done on Ethereum than Bitcoin last year. In fact, I think it was a factor of 10 times more transactions. Actually, I believe that's that number's in relation to the fees that were paid, but the traffic that is on the Ethereum network was eclipsed by the traffic, the amount of smart contract transactions that were made on the Ronin sidechain. And it's a layer 2, guys. It's just like it's very, very similar to you know, Polygon's a little bit different, as it's a I need to be careful how I speak about it, but because I don't remember which technology these side chains are using, but Ronin is essentially a layer 2 version of the Ethereum network. It validates its transactions based on the Ethereum network, so it does pay its fees to the Ethereum network, just like Polygon Matic, just like Arbitrum or Optimism pay. You know, they wrap many transactions into one contract and then settle it on the Ethereum chain. So in regards to that, it's very, very similar. So Ronin runs on Ethereum, but has more transactions, physical, or rather digital transactions eclipse that of the Ethereum network. So billions of dollars are wrapped up in this. There's over, I think it's 1.8 billion. In fact, let me just check this because I can show you really easily. Yeah, so here's the proof, guys. $1.49 billion in total staked AXS. $1.4 billion in staked AXS on the Axie Infinity network, guys. That is incredible, and at 89% APR. That doesn't even include those who are holding AXS in wallets outside of the chain. I know I have about 10 AXS that I'm holding in a different in a different application, doing a little bit more trading arbitrage, if you will, between Ethereum and AXS. I'm sure there's plenty of people that are using it in on exchanges rather than just holding it in their wallets. But if you have it in the Ronin chain, guys, it is seriously important that you put it into this AXS staking, because 89% APR is not unheard of in crypto, but it's very high and certainly far better than you're going to get in typical currency or a fiat currency in your bank. So thank you so much for watching. This one's a little bit more pointed and personal, but I do think I'm going to put myself out there. I do think we've seen kind of the bottom of the pullback, if you will, on again, this is not financial advice, this is my opinion, but I think we've seen the bottom of the pullback in the Ethereum chain, the Ethereum price and the Bitcoin price. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a double bottom around 2,900 for Ethereum, and I think it was 39,000 for Bitcoin. Let me check the chart. I do think that this wick down here was probably the liquidation event. There could be one more. I've been watching a couple other videos of YouTubers with studying the Wyckoff distribution model, and some of them are thinking we may see a wick down even further, maybe even down the 37.5. But I would expect Ethereum to drop possibly down to 2750 at the very lowest, guys. And I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is. I'm gonna put some more money into my Coinbase account and Coinbase Pro account, and put a buy limit in at 2750. If we do hit it, I'll be in for profit there, because guys, we have some upside to go on Ethereum in particular, with the merge coming later this year. The only way that Axie Infinity won't react well to an Ethereum pump is if things fall apart for the team, and I just don't see that happening. They're adding developers by the tens over the last couple of months, and the team is growing so significantly. And with all the changes that they've made in 2021, they've just set themselves up for an amazing year in 2022. So with that, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.